my God!
You okay?
A little high. I don't like views.
Beautiful view.
Swinging amongst the treetops.
Not beautiful. Oh my God. I'm really high.
Good luck, Kendra. There we go.
There we go. You've got one.
Yes.
Straight from the off, you've got one. Well done.
Good
right.
start.
Search her out.
If the thing that I've said this before, and I'm so sorry if I'm repeating myself, it drives me crazy when they say, get me out of here, and they've gone to all that trouble to build that thing.
I know.
So I hope she stays throughout.
I have a feeling she'll do it.
You don't feel good when she's going, ew, I'm afraid of views. Views?
It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I mean, you know, and then there's the whole debate, is she a reality TV star, you know, making good TV?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, maybe she is.
Yeah.
Maybe she is.
I'll tell you who I'm enjoying is Michael Burke. He
I
really
know.
opened up last
He
night.
did, bless him. You know, we saw him, you know, talking about kind of with his. He opened up to his fellow campmates, talking about his biggest regrets, and he started talking about the fact that he never got to know his father, and you know, very heartbreaking story. Whereas, you know, his father was a Canadian soldier in World War II, and you know, he was already married. And then he met his mother, and they got together and got married, even though his father was already married. And then when his mother died, he went over to Canada to seek out his father and went and knocked on his door, but he regrets it.
Yes.
You know, which is the strangest thing. I mean, he said some very interesting things last night. He called him a bigot.
Yeah.
You know, it was
it's extra. I think it was a bigamist, wasn't it? I think he
bigamist. Sorry,
yeah.
bigot.
Yeah.
Apologies.
I think that what was extraordinary was you see Michael Burke in his journalistic newsreader role, and then because I'm assuming, and you can answer this, when you get in the jungle and you've got all that time, then you do begin to give of
Absolutely.
yourself.
And I think as well, you know, when you're sitting around with people that you don't know initially, but then you're 10, 11 days in there now with the same people, you do start to get to know each other very, very well, and you start to feel very comfortable. So therefore, you start to talk about your life stories and the things that have happened in your life. And, you know, to an extent, you forget about the fact that there's cameras rolling. Plus, there might be a side of Michael Burke where he doesn't mind making this public. He doesn't mind making this...
It's a good platform to do it. One of the other things he said, there was a second confession, which was fantastic.
It was very funny.
This is it.
You have to watch it.
News today.
I remember standing at the rail of the QE2 next to Jimmy Savile, whom I personally disliked really intensely before everybody else did. And my biggest regret is not tipping him over the rail when I had the chance.
It's a genius line.
Brilliant,
It
brilliant.
is a genius
10
line.
out of 10 to him for that.
Shed of Dread. We'll show you the pictures of the Shed of Dread because they actually reasonably well there.
Reasonably well, considering that Jimmy was acting like a girl's blouse the whole way throughout it.
Again.
But that was fun.
It was funny.
watch.
It was very, very funny. Jimmy was in there and he was climbing up in the boxes and holding on to Carl for dear life. I mean, in fairness to the campmates, they gave up their luxury items, they gave up their letters from family members so that they didn't have to spend 12 hours in this place. Now, imagine spending 12 hours in there. The boredom alone would drive you insane. So they only had to spend 3. And in fairness, Carl kept Jimmy in there. Jimmy was ready to walk out, you know. So
I just want to the latest gossip is that the rain has got into the camp.
So apparently, we saw last night that Tinchy and Nadia had to cut their trial short. They were heading off to get Jimmy and Foggy out. But what happened was the storm came in so heavy that the whole thing had to be called off. They had to pull it down. And here's a big thing. Apparently, all the snakes are coming out in camp because of the rain. So it'll be interesting to watch tonight.